Good morning. It's Monday, July 28th. Here's what we're working on this morning. Hamilton police are investigating a shooting that has killed one person in Dundas.
2 people were taken to hospital after a fiery head-on crash in Lincoln.
And the Hamilton Tiger Cats continue their win streak with a victory over the BC Lions. Good morning, and we welcome Brian Wood back to the party.
Yes, we missed you.
Morning, missed you guys as well. Yes, back at it. Woohoo!
All refreshed?
Tanned, rested, and ready, as
There we go.
as the saying goes. Yes, and maybe just a little bit too tanned. Oh boy!
Oh, you're looking good.
No, well, thank you very much. It's nice to be back, and it's see if I remember how to work all this equipment that I have around me here, because sometimes it just slides away. But we'll get back into it. And the heat. Yeah. It's been for a while, and it's going to be. Today is probably going to be the hottest day. 33 with a humidex of 42 to 43 for the day today. Now 33, if we get there, that'll be a record breaker for today, because I do believe, the old noodles going here, 32 and change is the old record for this date. So we could be a record breaker today. The sun's not quite up yet. Would somebody go out and wake the sun up? What's going on? He's sleeping in later all the time. Come on, 6:05 is sunrise this morning. So we'll see the sun for the day today, but be prepared for the heat once again. We're sitting at 18 degrees right now, and the heat warning continues. Talk about that coming up. Quick check on traffic. 403 Waterdown Road, nothing there. Looks good around the area. 403 Link, Red Hill Valley Parkway, nothing. To some MTO traffic cameras. Just a quick check here. Miller Road, Stony Creek is really light. Same with the top of the Skyway. Nothing here at Appleby. Moving nicely so far today, but of course we will keep you posted as to what's going on here. Weather and traffic coming up in a few. Right now, the news.
Great to have you back, Brian. Hamilton's homicide unit is investigating after a fatal shooting in Dundas yesterday afternoon. Tessa Bennett joins us live from the scene on Governor's Road with the latest. Good morning, Tessa.
Good morning, Rick. Police say they arrived on scene here at a residential building around 5 o'clock last night. Now, they also say, paramedics say that it is a man in his 30s that was killed, but police have yet to confirm that detail for us. There's very little information about what exactly unfolded here last night, but Hamilton police cordoned off the area around this building on Governor's Road near Gilvey Street, as well as the entrance to a nearby trail. Officers seemed to zero in on a pickup truck near the building. People in the area say they heard about 6 shots being fired around 5 o'clock, and now there was heavy police presence in the area all night, and there are still some police officers here this morning. That's something residents in the community say is unusual.
My girlfriend and I were coming down to catch the bus, and we saw it cresting the hill, and just about as we got to the intersection here, police cars swooped in. They skidded right along and blocked both ends, and pretty soon I'd say easily 24 police cars and fire and emergency response vehicles piled in.
Nowadays, no matter where you go, there's always going to be trouble, but this is really scary. It's pretty close to home, so. I kind of tried to ask an officer, are we safe? And he's like, I can't answer questions, so that kind of, concerns me.
Police are now asking anyone with information about last night's shooting to contact them. We will be speaking with police shortly for any more information they can share about the investigation, but for now I'm going to send it back inside to you, Annette.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, 2 vehicles caught fire after a head-on crash in Lincoln. It happened on King Street and Cave Spring Road around 8:30 last night. Everyone in both vehicles got out. We're told 2 people were taken to hospital, but we don't know the extent of their injuries. We've reached out to Niagara Regional Police for more details. A motorcyclist is dead after a 3-vehicle crash in Milton. This happened around 2:30 yesterday afternoon on Steeles Avenue and Bronte Road. Police say the motorcycle was going through an intersection when the driver of an SUV turned and collided with the bike. A 3rd vehicle was also damaged. A 27-year-old motorcyclist from Milton died at the scene. Halton police say speed and the right-of-way are the focus of their investigation. Hamilton police say an 11-year-old boy was arrested after he led officers on a high-speed chase downtown that ended in a stolen van crashing into a house. And the boy was arrested by Hamilton's police chief himself. It started around 1:30 Friday afternoon at a Tim Hortons near Sanford and Cannon, where police say a group of kids were spotted in 2 stolen vehicles, the van and another vehicle. Both took off. The Mercedes, which was also believed stolen, was going southbound on Wentworth and hit a pedestrian, a woman in her 50s. She was taken to hospital. Police say the kids later ditched that vehicle, and the van continued west on King before crashing. One child was taken to hospital with minor injuries.
I was sitting on the side porch, and then I just heard this car squeal around the corner. It was directly to us. What saved us from not hitting us is the back wheels bounced off. Like, we were inches. Me and my neighbor looked at each other, started crying, said, which way are we going? It's getting crazy. You can't stop at a bus stop, and you can't sit in your own yard anymore.
All of my neighbors were sitting out front. I live number 7, and I heard squealing of the tires, and a $120 around hit the curb, and then right into the porch, and then that was basically it.
This is the second time an 11-year-old has been tied to a stolen vehicle investigation in Hamilton this year. While the search continues for the man wanted after a deadly hit and run in Lincoln, police have found the vehicle they were looking for. A stolen Honda CR-V registered to the man who was killed was found in Mississauga last Thursday night. It was set on fire. A Canada-wide warrant is still out for 50-year-old Davy Ricchetti. He's wanted for second-degree murder. Ricchetti was seen driving that stolen vehicle last week. 82-year-old Larry Pierce, a retired St. Catharines firefighter, died a day after being hit by his own vehicle at Charles Daly Park in Lincoln, near Lake Ontario. Niagara police believe Pierce got out of his SUV on Thursday, July 17th, to toss out some garbage, then tried to stop the man who got behind the wheel of his CR-V. Pierce was hit and fell to the ground.
Sportsline, the Ticats went to BC last night with a chance to lock up their first 5-game winning streak since 2019, and this game went down to the wire. The Lions roared out to a 14-3 lead in the first quarter thanks to a pair of rushing touchdowns by former Hamilton running back James Butler, who had 16 carries in the game for 115 yards. Backup quarterback Jake Dolagala scored his first TD as a Ticat on a second-quarter plunge from the 1, but the hometown Leos held a 20-13 advantage at the half as they looked to beat the Cats at home for only the second time in 5 games. Hamilton tied the game early in the third quarter when Bo Levi Mitchell tossed the ball to Keandre Smith for his second major of the season, and were all tied at 20. But with 4 minutes to go, and BC leading 26-23, former Ticat Jeremiah Masoli rumbled into the end zone to give the Lions a 10-point lead. However, the Cats did not go away. Mitchell connected with receiver Brendan O'Leary Orange for a 44-yard touchdown to pull the Cats to within 3 points again with 2:50 on the clock. And the drama didn't end there. With 2 minutes left to play, Mitchell engineered a 14-play, 87-yard drive that ended with this.
Hamilton looking for the go-ahead touchdown. Mitchell to throw. Wide open. Keandre Smith has it.
Mitchell throwing his third touchdown of the game to a wide-open Smith, who made a career-high 14 grabs for 138 yards and 2 scores. As the Ticats beat the Lions 37-33, it was the Cats' 5th win in a row, something they haven't done in 6 years, and Hamilton's 4th win in their last 5 games in Vancouver. The victory pushes the 5-2 Tabbies back into first place in the East Division. Well, and Jackfish took home the inaugural CHCH QEW Cup showdown after beating the Hamilton Cardinals 4-0 yesterday afternoon. Jonah Weisner, Grayson Barrett, and Brandon Hoope each had an RBI as the Jackfish won 4 of their 6 meetings against the Cards this season. Blue Jays' 4-game winning streak came to a crashing halt in Detroit, where the Tigers tripped up Toronto 10-4. Max Scherzer took the loss despite striking out 11 batters on his 41st birthday yesterday. The Jays, who lead the AL East by 5.5 games over the Yankees, open a 4-game series tonight in Baltimore. Summer McIntosh has started her quest for 5 gold medals at the Swimming World Championships in Singapore.
She is cruising away now. Really good race for second. Li Bingji challenging Ledecky, but no doubt about our winner here. It is the great Summer McIntosh.
McIntosh took her first World Championship gold in the 400-meter freestyle yesterday. The 18-year-old from Toronto will also go for gold in the 200 and 400 individual medleys, 800-meter freestyle, and 200-meter butterfly. Leylah Fernandez won the City Open with a dominating 6-1, 6-2 performance against Russia's Anna Kalinskaya. Burlington's Victoria Mboko beat Australia's Kimberly Burrell 7-5, 6-3 in the opening round of the National Bank Open in Montreal. Kurt Kitayama won the 3M Open in Minnesota by 1 stroke. Adam Svensson was the top Canadian, 7 shots behind. 21-year-old Lottie Woad won the Women's Scottish Open by 3 strokes in her pro debut. Congrats to Ichiro Suzuki, CC Sabathia, Billy Wagner, Dave Parker, and Dick Allen on their induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Niagara Ironbacks lost 4-1 to the Niagara Falls Americans. The Niagara River Lions bounced Brampton 86-84 yesterday. And Hamilton's Matthew Schaefer is one of 44 players named to Canada's World Junior Summer Showcase roster in Minnesota.
All right, here we go into this Monday morning, the 28th of July. And July is just going by so fast here. Slow down. And that would pertain to traffic as well. So slow down, take it easily. Looking at the 403 and Waterdown Road at 11 after 6. We're doing okay. Nothing to see right there. That's one of our exclusive cameras. To some MTO traffic cameras. St. Catharines, QEW 405. Yes, still lingering construction there, but no volume at all. Millen Road, Stony Creek, all the way through Fairview. Toronto bound towards us on that shot. Same here at the Ford plant, all pretty light volume all the way around the Horseshoe. No problems at the QEW and Cothra. To our temperature at the moment, how we're starting out this Monday morning. Yeah, we're on the mild to warm side. 18 degrees is our temperature. Now the sky is clear, but we do have some shallow fog. The winds are light. The relative humidity, of course, is right up there. Special weather statement for the heat warning continues. This is a multi-day event. It's going to continue today and for tomorrow. Highs 30 to 34, humidex values, oh yeah, you'll feel that today, about 40 to 42, and warm overnight lows. You don't get a break. Air quality today is in the moderate risk category at 5, so not quite where we should be. Looking at that southerly flow, it's going to continue for today, most of tomorrow, then the cold front goes through. That's what's going to trigger off possible showers and thunderstorms as that low goes by us, and then a cooler, more northerly flow will start to push in. That's going to bring our temperature down, and that's going to reduce the heat. But look at the temperatures around the area for today. 31 to 33 for Niagara, 33 pretty much for the rest of the Horseshoe. Humidex values in the low 40s. Lovely sunshine. Beautiful, you know, enjoy that. A very high UV index, by the way. Tonight, temperature under fairly clear skies. There'll be some fog patches, ground fog, but 19 to 21, so no real relief for the overnight. And then tomorrow we stay in the 30s, maybe not quite as high, 31 to 32 for tomorrow, but there's that chance of a shower or a thunderstorm a little later on in the afternoon. It's a chance in some areas, not for Halton, Peel, Toronto, or Guelph and Kitchener. It's just going to stay sunny, get the showers and thunderstorms later. So out the door, what is this, 28th of July? Yep, 18 degrees, fog patches, the winds are fairly light. Well, look, long range, of course, coming up. Annette, right.
All right, thank you, Brian. Coming up after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily Vukovic with a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. And the United States has struck a trade deal framework with Europe. We'll give you all the details coming up in 2 minutes. Let's say good morning to Emily Vukovic on this Monday morning. Emily, what's coming up in Chit Chat?
Hi, good morning. After the Coldplay Kiss Cam scandal, astronomer has hired a famous celebrity as their temporary spokesperson.
Really?
It's really quite funny. And attention Trekkies, is this it? How do you do it? Is this right?
Yep.
Am I right? Okay.
Yep.
Yep. I can't do it.
School is back in season. We're taking a first look at Paramount's new series, Star Trek Starfleet Academy. And later on this morning, following his death, Ozzy Osbourne continues to climb the Billboard charts.
That's usually the case, yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Emily.
No worries.
Let's take a look at business. Our dollar is down 14 basis points to 72.79 cents U.S. Gold is 20 cents an ounce higher, and crude is up 42 cents to $65.58 a barrel. In midday European trading, markets are up in London, Frankfurt, and Paris.
In Asia, markets were down in Tokyo, but up in Hong Kong and Shanghai as U.S. and China are set to start tariff talks today. On North American markets, the TSX closed up 122 points on Friday. The Dow gained 208 and the Nasdaq was up by 50. U.S. stock futures are up in pre-market trading this morning.
The United States and the European Union have reached a framework for a trade deal. The agreement sets U.S. tariffs on European goods at 15% across the board. President Donald Trump says the EU has agreed to purchase $750 billion worth of energy from the U.S. Europe will also spend an additional $600 billion in the United States. However, a 50% U.S. tariff on European steel will remain in place. Protesters around Scotland took to the streets to decry Trump's visit.
I'm very disappointed he's got Scottish blood in him, and we just don't want him here.
You might not know what black affronted means. That's a Scottish phrase. If I said, oh, I'm black affronted, I'm very ashamed, mortified, very ashamed, and I'm sure his mother would be. I think he's just the worst thing that has happened to your country and to the world, and a threat to all of us, threat to democracy.
Protesters held signs criticizing Trump. The demonstration took place on the same day Trump played golf on his Turnberry course on the western coast of Scotland. Trump's late mother, Mary Ann MacLeod, was born on the Isle of Lewis in Scotland, and the president has suggested he feels at home in the country. Trump is opening a golf course bearing his name in Scotland on August 13th.
Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc is going to be in Washington again this week, meeting with U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick with the hopes of closing gaps in trade negotiations for Canada. LeBlanc had said last week that getting a trade deal with the U.S. will likely require more time. If a deal isn't reached, Trump insists that a 35% tariff on goods not compliant with the Canada-U.S.-Mexico agreement on trade will go into place on August 1st. That's on top of Trump's tariffs on steel, aluminum, and vehicles, and next month's copper tariffs. The Trump administration says the August 1st deadline is firm.
So no extensions, no more grace periods. August 1st, the tariffs are set. They'll go into place. Customs will start collecting the money, and off we go. Obviously, after August 1st, people can still talk to President Trump. I mean, he's always willing to listen. And between now and then, I think the president's going to talk to a lot of people. Whether they can make him happy is another question.
By saying that they're firm on the deadline, Washington is expected to extend Beijing's tariff deadline by another 3 months starting today. That's according to sources close to the matter on both sides. Now, last Friday, Donald Trump said his administration hasn't had a lot of luck with Canada. He says Canada could be a country, quote, that just pays tariffs, adding his administration hasn't been focused on a deal with our country.
Donald Trump's plan to realign global trade faces its latest legal barrier this week in a U.S. federal appeals court. Countries around the world will be watching as the president's use of a national security statute to impose tariffs on nations faces scrutiny in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit. In May, the U.S. Court of International Trade ruled that Trump does not have the authority to wield tariffs on nearly every country through the use of the International Economic Emergency Powers Act. That act gives the U.S. president authority to control economic transactions after declaring an emergency.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break right now. Brian is going to be back. So nice to have Brian back with your traffic and your 7-day forecast.
Just about 6:24 on this Monday morning. We have the sunshine with us, and we have no problems on the roads. QEW 406 doing fine in both directions, as you can see there. Top of the Skyway from the last time we checked it is getting a little bit busier here. Not too much difference here at Appleby Line, still moving nicely. Sheraton through Mississauga, 403 at Dundas, no problems at all this morning. So take it carefully, please. Hamilton, actually, the cool spot to start the morning. Okay, we'll enjoy that. 18 degrees right now, 21 for Toronto and Mississauga, 22 into Grimsby already. So seasonal temperatures for this time of year, 26 for the daytime high, 15 for the overnight low. So you can see we're warm to start the morning here. Those are our sun times and our records for today. Now, interesting, our record for today back in 1964 was 32.8. Now, we could beat that today. Could be a record breaker in that sunshine for the day. So today, the high is forecast to be 33 degrees with a humidex of 42. Another reason why the heat warning is in effect. It'll continue today, tonight down to 21, fairly clear skies. Tomorrow 32, again 41 with the humidity, but chance of a shower or a thunderstorm later in the day, and that's going to break a lot of the heat. Temperature will come down into the 20s, but still warm, 29 and cloudy for Wednesday. And then look at the sunshine all the way through. Our last weekend in July, 25, 23, quite comfortable temperatures, and 25 with sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. That's your forecast. Annette, Rick.
Thanks, Brian. It was paws to the pavement in Bolivia as hundreds of dogs and their slightly less athletic humans hit the streets for a race hosted by the National Police.
So no matter the size or breed of dogs, all contestants had to finish the nearly 1 kilometer long race, leaving some dog tired. The race was divided into 3 categories, separating dog breeds into small, medium, and large. The event, celebrating 200 years of service of the Bolivian police, also raises awareness about the care, protection, and love of animals.
See, if I had my dog Lucy, rest in peace, in this race, she would just be barking at all the other dogs. We would never complete this event because she would just be barking at everyone.
Is she a little dog?
She was a little dog,
She was a little dog?
Yes.
You'd still have to finish that 1K.
Yes, eventually we would have made it, but probably in last place after she barked at everyone in the circuit. Stay with us, more to come after the break here on Morning Live.
She's just going, hey, where are you running?
What's going on? Yeah, where are you going?